Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Dowd here with a new dose of your tech medicine, and great news, your geek prescription is ready for pickup. And in related news, I may have ridden this metaphor pony one too many way stations. It is March 28th, 2019, and this is your Digit Daily. Apple made an uncharacteristic move yesterday, but it did so in a very characteristic Apple-like kind of way. You see, back in 2015, I know, I sound like a grandfather regaling the tale of old. Way back in the year of our Lord 2015, the lords in the castle of Apple deigned to bestow upon us a thinner laptop experience, and thus the 2015 MacBook Pro was born. Yeah, okay, I can't keep that up. Anyway, in order to make, and I'm going to guess what Tim Cook said here, the thinnest and lightest, most amazing laptop we ever made. Now, I know his accent isn't that thick, but the more subtle accents are the hardest ones, so just bear with me. Anyway, I get the feeling I'm not doing it justice here, so let's just let Johnny Ive, that's Johnny with only one N and no H, by the way, because pretentious, but let's let Johnny Ive take the mic here for a second.
A full-size keyboard is the most familiar, comfortable, and accurate typing platform. It defined the width of the new MacBook. To make it thinner and more precise, we created a sturdy, single-assembly butterfly mechanism. Combined with a new stainless steel dome switch, this reinforces the keyboard's balance and stability.
So the result is a first-generation keyboard designed to make the MacBook Pro thinner, and it was terrible. The main problem is that the keys have a tendency to get stuck in either the up or down position, resulting in double letters or missing letters. The second generation didn't help, and the third generation added a plastic membrane to keep the dust out, and that still didn't help, culminating in a brilliant piece by Joanna Stern at the Wall Street Journal, in which she includes switches that allow you to turn off the letter E or R or cause them to double letter. I mean, the piece itself is fine, but the execution is just genius. Well played, Joanna. And now, Apple, you're on your third generation of it still sucking. First gen? Okay, fine, unforeseen problems and all that. Beta test, whatever. Second gen, make some refinements? Oh no, it still sucks. Third generation, it still sucks, and it's time to think about pulling that ejection handle and let your marketing department figure out how you walk back on the rhetoric of the thinnest, lightest nonsense. When you're dealing with something as big as a laptop, or a large screen tablet, I might add, #BenGate, millimeters don't matter. Add some millimeters back in and make your stuff, not break. Or maybe we should all just be grateful that Apple lets us use such innovative and amazing hardware in the first place. Ugh. Oh, and by the way, that very Apple apology I mentioned before, quote, "We are aware that a small number of users are having issues with their third-generation Butterfly keyboard, and for that we are sorry. The vast majority of MacBook consumers are having a positive experience with the new keyboard." Yeah, see, first of all, if it were a small number of users, Apple, the Wall Street Journal wouldn't design software around it. And second of all, how could you... Sorry to a small number of you, but everybody else is fine, so what are you doing wrong? Oh, and BT Dubs, I'm writing the script and working on this podcast using an early 2015 MacBook Pro with a non-crappy keyboard. I just had the battery replaced in December, so I'm good for at least another 2 years. You have until then, Apple. So I'm just going to ponder my good fortune in the meantime and head into the roundup! Xiaomi released a new video of its dual-hinged folding phone. This design allows the phone to fold two wings back behind the phone. It's a short 10-second video, so we don't learn all that much, but in general, I will say that so far, this is my least favorite folding phone design. Because, based on the look of things, what you end up with is either a too small tablet or a too big phone, or possibly both. I guess we'll just have to go hands-on for sure, but for now, not a fan. Oppo has a new kind of pop-up selfie camera on the way. This is a shark fin pop-up selfie, and side note, I really like that name. This pop-up takes a slice of most of the top of the phone and raises it up, kind of like a pizza slice, and embeds the camera in there and a flash. It's a neat design. It seems a bit excessive, but it's also a lot more slick looking. We are living in the pop-up selfie era, and I like the fact that we're trying out new designs here. Well done, Oppo. Facebook is making a very un-Facebook move today by banning white supremacist and separatist content. Like banned, like gone from the platform, and that's pretty amazing. Facebook is among the social media platforms that have to struggle with the idea of the expression of ideas, but it has come to the conclusion that some ideas are, bad ideas. Welcome to 2019, Facebook. What's more, Facebook indicated that users who search for a phrase which I'm not going to say because F that guy, but let's just say it was a commonly spoken salute in Nazi Germany, often said with a hand raised. And if you don't know what I'm talking about by now, holy crap, are you sheltered? Anyway, users searching for that particular phrase will be directed to, and I'm quoting The Verge here, quote, Life After Hate organization, which provides services for former white supremacists and extremists like educational resources, support groups, and crisis intervention. Which is also kind of hilarious. I mean, just imagine if you searched Facebook for a good steak seasoning recipe and got directed to a vegan website. Elon Musk seems like one of those bosses who thinks he's in touch with the average worker because he emails them a crap ton. But what Elon doesn't realize is that emails are just an archive button away. The latest Muskie delivery centers, again, around the idea of closing Tesla stores. This is the second email he sent about this, by the way, and in it, he claims that they'll only be closing underperforming stores. And yeah, I got that the first time, boss. Can I go back to playing free cell now? Maybe the SEC should back off Elon's tweets because it seems like when he can't tweet, he starts sending reply alls instead. And finally, an airline operated out of Iceland called WOW Air ceased operations overnight. Like, whoops, we don't have an airline now. LOL, sorry. Passengers need to make alternative flight arrangements, obviously, and typically other airlines will step in and offer discounts to help out, call it a marketing expense. But still, you wouldn't think that an airline would be able to just shut down. I mean, what do you think about WOW Airlines just shutting down like this, Owen Wilson?
Wow.
But I mean, seriously, it just doesn't make sense. How do you just shut something like this down with no warning? See? How rude.